Hey, so this is kind of a companion piece to start this video, but I've just been spending like a fair bit of time thinking about just how weird the concept of celebrity is. Like, why do we care about the lives of these people and it's just considered okay and normal to sometimes basically obsess over, these strangers? People say that celebrities choose to be in the public attention, but, primarily they choose to be actors usually, or musicians, or sometimes athletes. What is it about these professions that make them worthy of our interest, besides the fact that just by nature of the profession, people are widely aware of their existence? What makes them into someone who we follow on Twitter, and someone who people freak out when they get @replied or retweeted by? Meeting celebrities or being noticed by them is in some way cooler than interacting with common people. Magazines and websites keep us up to date on their relationship news and ask us to judge their appearance. It's just one of those things in the world and in society that we largely take as normal, but when you think about it, it's just kind of a strange phenomenon. It's really important to remember always that everyone is a person, and every single person is a weird and complicated human creature with their own thoughts and problems in life. And it seems like the more famous a person gets, the more the rest of the world tends to forget that. Even here on YouTube, I'm a person, and everybody else on YouTube is a person, and we all have lives outside of this little box on your screen. Actors are not the characters they play, and they're not even just the people that you see in interviews. And people seem to forget that, or at least ignore it sometimes, and not even usually on purpose. It's just the way that society has come to deal with these famous people. Whether it's paparazzi photos, or gossip magazines, or celebrity crushes, it's just a weird thing that exists when you really think about it. And don't get me wrong, I am not innocent of this. I've had my share of celebrity crushes. I've obsessed sometimes over people on Tumblr. And a lot of things are varying degrees of harmless, but they do still kind of fundamentally represent a failure to imagine these people complexly. And they can sometimes lead to things that are more problematic. For example, paparazzi photos are an inherent invasion of privacy, and it seems like we're hearing more and more about pop stars and YouTubers getting mobbed by these screaming hordes of usually preteen fangirls who are just sobbing because they're in the general vicinity of the object of their obsession. Liam Dryden made an excellent video a bit ago about the problems that arise with real person shipping, which is also kind of stems from an underlying ignoral of someone's personhood, and I'll put a link to that downstairs if you haven't seen it. The internet on the whole can be a bit of a double-edged sword when it comes to this whole thing. On the one hand, an internet presence or the accessibility of interviews and media and all that can make a person seem more human and relatable. But that can also give a false impression that you know the person, which, can lead to a greater sense of entitlement for details or a more general sense of ownership over the person's real life and not just their presence on stage or screen. The internet can also just facilitate and encourage the more unhealthy kind of obsessive behaviors, both purposefully and not. I'm not saying that it's wrong to be a fan of someone, and I'm definitely not condemning anyone for reblogging pictures of someone or talking about them or anything like that. I know that most things are innocently and well-intentioned, and a lot of stuff isn't serious-spirited, but it's just a bit of a slippery slope. I know that whenever I'm talking about some famous person, either in real life or online, I probably need to work on remembering that that person is a person. And I need to be imagining them complexly and making sure that whatever I'm doing both reflects and respects that. And I kind of doubt that I'm the only one who could do with keeping that in mind from time to time. Since this was another video topic that I've been thinking about for a while, I probably left some stuff out or failed to adequately express all my ideas, but as ever, I would love to keep the conversation going in comments. VEDA so far has been going better than I possibly could have hoped, but I know the next week is going to be kind of crazy with homework and things, so we'll just have to see how it goes, but as usual, if everything goes to plan, you'll see me tomorrow.